Well, let's maybe talk about in general transformation to set the scene in the four companies that are represented here. Lee, if you could go first, what is the transformation that dunnhumby is going through? Because I mean, transformation is not a one-off thing. It's a continual process that you and your company have to go through. What are the major things that you're living through today?
So I think the, I mean, at its core, I mean, dunnhumby was a services-based business. So I think the fundamental transformation it's shifting is from that services business to a service and product business. So there's definitely a shift in how we operate as a overall in our engagement model. I think we're also in parallel shifting from a very closed non-premise kind of environment to a much more open and cloud-centric partnerships with relevant providers and the likes, so that they're all moving in those directions. I think the fundamental one for us is trying to we've probably been fortunate in terms of the culture being very much one of the pillars of the culture is curiosity. So the business is quite good at innovating and understanding and trying to explore, which is really great in a data science context. But the challenge, I think, in the transformation is making that shift to how do you make that innovation at scale, and how do we unlock all the pockets of innovation across our business? If you think about it being decentralized and across the globe, how do we unlock that innovation that's happening all over the business and actually bring that and leverage it again, bring it centrally, disseminate it back out into each of the other markets.
Okay, thank you, Lee. Massimo, why don't we go to you? What is if you could unmute, what are the main transformations that your media company is going through right now?
Yes, I think that the digital culture is a big impact in our company, because we realize the communication in our company for our citizen. In this moment, it's very important to understand how our communication can impact social conversation on Twitter, on Facebook, on the other social network. For this reason, I think that digital culture is not a different culture in our company, but a natural evolution of our culture. And for this reason, it's important for us to have a clear sharing our values and our objectives, because all our citizens have to understand, because it's important to have a public service in Italy. Another aspect is the sharing of a strategy, for example, because we are managing a big transformation of our technological services. In this moment, we are on the satellite, on IP infrastructure, digital terrestrial television, and so on. It's also important to understand the structure and the organization, because trust is responsibility. It's important to have a stronger responsibility in our organization. Also, the process. For me, the process is an algorithm. It's important to have open algorithm, but also open process. It's important to understand how we manage the data, for example, but also other aspects. The technology. For me, we want to have an hybrid infrastructure and a multi-cloud infrastructure. It's interesting to share this approach with also our citizen. And last but not least, the data management. When my colleagues write algorithm, it's important to have an ethical approach, and I think that when we speak about open, we need open algorithm.
Okay, thank you, Massimo. Rudi, and of course, I mean, if you look at retail companies, they're being completely disrupted by the e-commerce players and so on. If you look at media, they need to fight the Netflixes and the on-demand and so on. If you look at banking, I mean, complete disruption and everything going mobile and Facebook and everybody's becoming a bank very soon. Of course, telco. So all the industries that are represented here are very much under a lot of change. So Rudi, what are in KBC Bank and Insurance, what are the transformation programs that have been the most important in your organization?
Well, I think transformation program is continuous here. Right? There are a lot of transformations already done in the past. When I started here at the CIO, it was all about multi-channel. Then it all changed to omni-channel. Then it all changed to mobile first. And now we are betting quite a lot on ecosystems and being a service provider for more than only banking and insurance industries. We have a quote that's our strategy calls all in one, and we try to offer other services in our mobile banking applications. Things like parking tickets, even goal alerts of the national football stations. So we try to be relevant as much as relevant also for other services for our customers. Not only all in one, but also be everywhere. So try to offer our banking and insurance services to other platforms. And all of that is with one big goal, is having data first, because we believe that it's all about data now. So the biggest transformation at the current, I would call, is data. Data will be the new electricity. The more data we have, the more relevant we can be for our customers. So we want to become much more proactive. We want to give an answer on the questions that the customer doesn't even know yet. And we want to be relevant, and we want to do it in the most trusted way, because this is the only thing we can sell. This is the trust.
Okay. Yeah, the banks, I mean, I'm a user of your mobile application. So, and I understand you want us all to at least use your mobile application twice a day, right?
Minimum. We call it the toothbrush principle.
Toothbrush principles of a banking application.
And not only our customers, but also prospects. So we open our mobile front-end applications also for prospects. They can use these third-party services also with our mobile applications. You don't need to be a customer of KBC.
Okay, thank you, Rudi. So Ángel, let's go and talk about Telefónica. What are the big changes that are current today that you are implementing at Telefónica with your teams?
Hello. First of all, I have to say that in Telefónica we believe very much in the open transformation. So even in our values that are open is the first one that we are achieving. Second is trusted, and third is bold. So and open is of course in the meaning of collaboration and everything is one of the pillars of who is managing everything. And regarding the transformation programs that we are facing, we have divided it in what we call in 4 platforms, platforms. So even as we said, it's a customer-centric approach. So the transformation is based of the customer, of course. But regarding the more structural way, first we are doing the infrastructure transformation in 2 ways. First, as we say, the cloud first. So every transformation that we are going to achieve has to be related with cloud, and with the concept of edge computing that we are managing also in Telefónica in order to put some things near to the client. Second is the process transformation. In here we have two things. One is to achieve the convergence model in our telecommunications, so we can set a bundle of media, fixed line, mobile line in order in one single product. You don't have to have different experiences depending on which kind of service you are going to acquire. So we are working in such lean processes in the same way. And the third, it is the product and services that we are serving to our clients that, as Rudi said, is based on that data-driven approach. So we are working a lot in data-driven processes and how this information we can expose to our customers, our clients, in order to share with them and combine with them.
Okay, but I mean, telco companies, you're at the edge of innovation and at transformation, because I mean, you're building the infrastructure, the high-speed internet, the fibers, the 5Gs, the edge computing centers, and so on and so on. So that is, of course, you play a key role for other companies in their transformation as well. Okay, that sets the scene a little bit to understand what the different organizations here represented today, how they think about transformation, how they focus, what are the main programs that they're working on. Margaret, I wanted to, as the next topic,